My name is Mariana Carter, and my class have made this documentary so that people can learn more about our city and what we faced, what are some of the struggles we still kind of deal with till this day.
My name is Kaden Montgomery. This affects me like mentally and physically, like the Flint water crisis. It gives me like PTSD sometimes. COVID-19, it's like I wear a mask, and I even got a mask in my pocket right now.
My name is Tania Hall, and we chose to do this story because I feel like the pandemics and the water crisis definitely affected us in some ways. This is our story.
This is our story.
COVID-19 is still out there, so it needs to be recognized and not forgotten, just like the water crisis. And this is our story.
How did the water crisis change the way you live now?
Well, for starters, like most people in Flint, my mom installed water filters on all of our taps, and during the water crisis in her basement she had tons of cases of water and everything because you couldn't really drink the water at the time.
When the crisis first started, how did you feel about it?
I felt surprised. I felt that like Flint should be a place where you should have clean water.
When did you first learn about the water crisis?
I first learned about the water crisis when like I was really young, like 7 years old. Like I remember my grandma and my grandpa telling me like we can't drink from the water faucet, that like is bad and there's lead in it. And I remember like asking like, well, what's lead? And they were telling me that like it's a type of chemical that's like in the water, and that like it's just really bad for us and it affects us like in different ways and stuff.
Oh man, it was crazy. From going from cooking with bottled water to warming up bottled water to take baths and all that different stuff, and then especially like the little stuff like making a bowl of noodles and getting wet outside was kind of skeptical when all that was going on with the brown water.
When the water crisis first started, I remember right after the news had got out, I was at home. I think I was cooking maybe, and I ran the tap water and it was straight brown.
How did the water crisis affect you and your family?
I had to get a lot of blood testing done, and my mom forced me to drink milk to flush it out. And my mama filed a lawsuit, but they didn't give us no money, so I don't know. It didn't really affect us, other than everybody talk about our city.
It changed a lot because I remember like we couldn't use, my grandma, she was so strict with it, we couldn't use the water at all. We would go, I remember like we would be in these long lines, and we'll be in the lines for hours just to get free water. Do you feel that Flint can change?
I feel like it can change. It already has changed somewhat since the crisis started, but if people really work towards it, like our people in government, and advocate for cleaner water, I feel like we can change the status of the water.
Why do you think clean water is important?
I think clean water is important because, like, it's water. You really can't be able to tell what is contaminated water from good water, really. Like, because water look like water. If it ain't green, yellow, water gonna look like water. So if I get something out the faucet and I'm not knowing that it's messed up, and I can potentially get something from drinking this bad water, not knowing it's bad water because it looked like good water, I feel like that would be bad because you could lose your life from lead poisoning.
I feel like how they learn for some people, especially like younger kids. Like I seen it too, like in schools and stuff. 'Cause I volunteer in a lot of like younger school, like elementary schools, I've seen like some of the students, like they don't really, that were affected with the water, they don't really like learn like some of the stuff that other little kids grasp on that quickly. They don't really grasp as fast as the others.
Do you think the Flint water affected our test scores?
When the Flint water crisis happened, they was saying that the amount of lead in people was affecting the way they think and the way people move, their skin complexion. So I think it could have something to do with our test score.
Do you think people like will fully recover and like will be able to trust the government again for like treating us how they did, like leaving us with the water and not doing nothing about it?
No, I don't really think we'll fully recover. We haven't really recovered now, because the water crisis is still here. It's just not as bad because we know how to deal with it now. Like we got water, like cases of water bottles, and in our homes we don't really like. We still like use with like tap water, like brush our teeth and stuff. But like that's like the normal now. But as for trusting the government, like I don't really think we really will because like they hid this information from us, and then when we found out about it, they tried to make it seem like it wasn't a big deal, but lots of people were affected from it. Like it damaged a lot of people's homes and how they live now.
I mean, us, no, it ain't nothing we can do but I feel like the government at the time could have like kind of worked hard to like get it fixed, but like as a community and stuff, we couldn't do nothing but go get water when they was giving out free water and continue to put the filters on our water. You know, it wasn't really nothing that we could do.
How did COVID-19 change the way you went to school?
I became a lot more socially anxious, being all up in the house for those years and whatever, you know, not really going outside too much. Well, I did go outside, but not that much, if you get what I'm saying.
During COVID-19, like during the quarantine, how did it feel like being at home and like not being at school? Like you've been on a laptop, going to Zooms, and yeah.
Honestly, not going to school was some like 2021, 2022, pre-COVID, 2019, all that, like COVID was some of the best times of my life. Now, when I was a kid, waking up in the morning, nobody likes waking up in the morning, getting on your Zoom or whatever, but you could literally do anything you wanted. You couldn't leave the house. And I was a kid. I was always playing the game, so me personally, it was the funnest time of my life.
What was it like doing school online or at home?
It was hard. It was hard. You would go to your little Zoom meetings or whatever, but with whatever work you had for the day, if you didn't know what you were already doing, it was kind of hard to ask the teacher for help. Having to email them all the time, especially with teachers that don't check their emails or don't respond to their emails until the next day. So getting work done was a bit of a challenge.
And like, do you think it was like any like lasting effects that COVID-19 left on people?
Oh yeah, I still don't open palm shake nobody hand. Fist bump. I get real paranoid when I see a large crowd of people in a small area. So
having to do school online and then all of a sudden we're back in person, it's like everybody's just kind of like socially anxious and awkward, and to this day I still find myself being socially anxious over things that I used to do with confidence.
What do you feel like was the hardest part when learning while COVID-19 was going on?
I think the hardest part was the distractions. Like, low-key, sometimes we wouldn't even have classes, but I can't really focus over a Zoom call. Like, just me personally, I couldn't focus over a Zoom call, so I didn't really learn anything from that year that we was in over on Zoom. I didn't learn anything.
How did COVID-19 make you feel about school and your future?
It made me a little bit concerned, honestly, because of course with coursework being hard to complete and turn in and your grades start dropping, you're like, are you even going to graduate to the next grade, or, you know?
And how did like COVID-19 affect your like day to day and like what you did during the days?
It's crazy because COVID-19 is the first time I actually had a vacation off of work. So it was different. But that whole shutdown and being locked in with just your immediate family, I feel like it actually brought me and my family that I created a little bit closer because everybody was on different routes. I was always working. Then I was working in a shop at that time. I was a supervisor at Burger Flex North America, pushing about 80 hours a week. So it went from not seeing my family as much to seeing them every second of the day.